Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are going to learn to convert recurring decimals into fractions. We've got 4 success criteria, and the first one is to define a recurring decimal. So a recurring decimal is one where all or some of the numbers in the decimal repeat forever. Every recurring decimal can be converted into a fraction. You should already know some recurring decimals and their equivalent fractions. So for instance, 1/3 is 0.3 recurring, and 2/3 is 0.6 recurring. The dot above a number shows that that number is recurring. So 0.3 recurring means 0.33333. The 3 goes on forever. 0.25 recurring means it's the 5 that goes on forever. The 2 doesn't recur. This number means all of the numbers between the 2 dots recur. So the number is 0.315315. It's the 3, the 1, and the 5 that recur. So now we've completed success criteria 1. So now we're going to move on to number 2, and this is to convert a simple recurring decimal into a fraction. So we want to convert 0.2 recurring into a fraction in its simplest form. So if we let x be 0.2 recurring, that means that 10x is 2.2 recurring because we've times it by 10. If we take these away from each other, so we do 10x take away x, we get 9x, and 2.2 recurring take away 0.2 recurring would be just 2. So 9x equals 2. That means that x would be 2 over 9. So 0.2 recurring as a fraction would be 2 over 9. Here's another example. We want to convert 0.63 recurring into a fraction in its simplest form. So if we let x be 0.63 recurring, that means 100x is 63.63 recurring because we've times it by 100. Take these away from each other, 100x take away x, that would be 99x, and 63.63 recurring take away 0.63 recurring would be 63. So 99x equals 63. That means if we divide both sides by 99, x equals 63 over 99. Now we need to make sure this fraction is in its simplest form, so we can simplify to 7 over 11. We can also do this using a calculator. So if we want to convert 0.23 recurring into a fraction, we type in 0.2, then we press Shift and the x squared button, and then 3, and that will make the 3 recurring. We then press equals, and we should get the answer 7 over 30. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers. So there's your green answers. There's your amber answers. And there's your red answers. So now we've completed success criteria 2. So now we're going to move on to number 3, and this is to convert any recurring decimal into a fraction. So this time we want to convert 0.32 recurring into a fraction in its simplest form. So again, if we let x equal 0.32 recurring, then we want to find two numbers that have the same digits in their decimal places. So 10x would be 3.2 recurring, and 100x would be 32.2 recurring. So we can take these away from each other. So we take 100x and take away 10x. So 100x take away 10x is 90x, and 32.2 recurring take away 3.2 recurring would be 29. So now if we divide both sides by 90, we can say x equals 29 over 90. So 0.32 recurring as a fraction is 29 over 90. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers. So there's your green answers. There's your amber answers. And there's your red answers. And now we've completed success criteria 3. So now we're going to move on to number 4, and this is to decide if a fraction is terminating or recurring. So a terminating decimal is a decimal with a finite number of decimal places. In other words, the decimal comes to an end. So we want to decide, is 2 over 24 recurring or terminating? And we want to give a reason for our answer. So the first thing we need to do is simplify the fraction fully. So we can simplify 2 over 24 to 1/12. Then we express the denominator as a product of its prime factors using a prime factor tree. So the denominator is the number on the bottom, so that's 12. So we do 12 as a product of its prime factors. The two numbers that times together to make 12 will be 6 and 2, and 2 is a prime number, so we can circle 2. 6 isn't a prime number, so we need to carry on with 6, and two numbers that times together to make 6 will be 3 and 2. Both 3 and 2 are prime numbers, so we can circle those. If the prime factors are only 2's and 5's, then it will be a terminating fraction. Otherwise, it's going to be recurring. So because 12 has a prime factor of 3, that means it's going to be recurring. So the fraction is recurring because there is a 3 in its prime factorization. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers. So there's your green answers, and there's your amber answers. And now we've completed success criteria 4. So now that we've completed the last objective, it's time to end the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. Make sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to check out the videos on the rest of the channel. I'll see you next time. See ya.